Mr. Butcher, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you making a payment today?
40.
40? How's work going?
It's going good. They're making me take a half-day vacation now anytime I got court or doctor's appointment or...
Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's Mondays or Fridays this week?
No.
Well, we've got a ways to go to get this totally cleared up. I'll set your next hearing for March 1st.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See the clerk. Thomas Coe. Okay. Got a report from OVP and RRS. No longer at OVP.
Yeah, he was discharged from us.
We're trying to change insurance rates. That's not good.
Your Honor, he hasn't been compliant since assessment.
Okay. Andy's not here today, so there'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thanks for the report. Jeff Collins is on conference today, 19304, 19182, and 15606. He's already made a payment today. So I'll schedule your next conference for March 1st, Mr. Collins.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Joseph Graham, 2375. I have a report from OVP that he was compliant as of January 9th. He's not here today. Is Mr. Mitt in the courtroom?
Yes.
Okay. Can you check and try to get a report on him? It's
Who was it?
Joseph
I have
A.
one. He's still compliant with our program, so let me reach out to see if we can call him and see what's going on.
All right, thank you for the report. We'll recall that later in the docket.
Okay, thank you.
James Hall, 09237. Hasn't appeared and hasn't done anything. So it'll be a warrant issue. Amanda Hicks is not here. 12-1804. Should be a bench warrant for failure to appear. Tracy Hill is here. 21-643. Is that New Life Recovery?
Yes.
Good report, says you're working full-time now. Very good. You've been making payments. Do you have a payment today?
I do not have a payment today. I started a new job and they've been transporting me back and forth from the New Life Recovery, and I'll have a payment in I'll probably just call payment in next week.
Okay. What's your best dates for, does it matter what day you have or use?
Not really, I don't guess. I work all day, from usually 7 till whenever he lets me off.
Okay, where are you working in?
I work for a Hager Welding Company.
Are you a welder? Or?
Yes.
Well, I think they're kind of in demand now.
Yeah, pretty good job. I really enjoy it.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna set you for Monday, March 4th.
Okay.
Will be your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Counseling. Ashley Hoff is here, 2758, 2724, and 725. Can you make any payment on your funds?
Yes, sir.
How much?
$40.
Okay. See the clerk, make your payment. I'll set you for March 4th also.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Travis Jeffers, Glenn Lett Jr., Chase L. Lewis, Tori Lindsay, Elijah Mills, Jared Rognan, Carol Walesick, Stephen C. Watts.
Travis Jeffers.
Yes, sir.
23,239. So what have you decided to do, Mr. Jeffers? Are you going to do the dip score or?
I'm going to do the DUI school.
Okay.
Looks like the 22nd is the one I'm going to.
One side of county or where are you going?
It's up towards Columbus somewhere.
Okay, so the 22nd of February?
Yes.
All right. I'll set you for March the 8th. If you complete it and get a report filed by then, you don't have to come back because that's all you've got left.
Thank you.
9 o'clock, March 8th. Glenn Lett Jr.,
Yes, sir.
06-1081.
Your Honor, if I may, he earned 5 hours of community service.
Okay. And you have any payment on your funds?
I'm gonna pay $20 on it today, Judge. Within the next 2 weeks, I should be able to pay the fine completely off.
March the 4th will be your next hearing.
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock. Once you get this finished, you don't have to come back anymore.
Yeah, I'm
See
trying
you
to.
later.
I'm trying to. Thank you, Judge.
Well, Chase Lewis, 14-10-65. Okay, and you did make a payment already.
Yeah, I made one online this morning.
March 4th will be your next hearing. You're getting close, get it finished up and you can quit coming.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tori Lindsay, 23-642. Okay, it's a good report, and we've had some things to work on. Looks like you're addressing them.
Yes, sir. And I did want to share with you that I just got into the Carpenters Union to be a welder through the 437 local unit.
Oh, great, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
How are things going with Thrive?
She currently hasn't engaged with me since she was accepted, but I did speak with her this morning and we are scheduled for Friday afternoon.
Okay, all right, well, let's keep, this is extra support for you,
Yes, sir.
and it's not meant to be a burden.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, so do you, when are you gonna be able to start doing some community service?
Well, I just dropped down, like I was telling her, I just dropped down to 3 groups a week, so I should be able to get those couple, I think it's 2 days that I have to do, those days done pretty soon, actually, and as well as paying on my fine also, now that I got a little bit better of a job.
Okay, what day could you be out for community service? Any day but Sunday, you can come here.
Okay, probably Saturdays would be better, because I obviously won't have group those days and such.
Okay, so you're gonna be here this Saturday, which is the 3rd.
Okay,
7:30
All right.
on the west side of the building. Show
Yeah,
up.
my PO told me about it. I know where to go.
All right. March 4th will be your next hearing.
All right, thank you,
9
sir.
o'clock. Keep
You
up the
said,
good work.
did you say 9 o'clock?
9 a.m.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Elijah Mills? Elijah Mills? Elijah Mills. 22-2577. Elijah Mills called for, has appeared. Be a warrant. Jared Rodman is here. 21-28-26. How are you, Mr. Rodman?
I'm doing amazing, Your Honor.
Good. And you've done several days of community service this past month. How'd that go?
He's been doing good.
Good.
I'm about to pay off all the fines for after I walk out of here.
Okay.
I'll have that all squared away once I try to have it done this morning when I walked in, but
Okay, I'm showing then the only thing you're gonna have left is 2 days of community service.
yes, I started working at Restoring Hope. I work nights and switching from that from IHOP to doing all the groups that I've been doing and getting sick at a point and the snow, keeping transportation, I would have had community service done.
Okay. Well, I would just say this. I think you've done really well after kind of a rocky start. You didn't do so well always, but I'm proud of what you're doing now. I think you're doing great.
I also got my certificate messed up. It's for my CDCA.
Okay, congratulations. Okay. Can we make a copy of this, or is it?
I can, yeah, you can keep it, actually. I got an online version of
Okay.
it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set you for another hearing, but if you get things finished, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
Other than if you just wanna visit, say hello.
Well, you got me on probation for 2 years?
Well, we'll terminate it, because you finished everything you were supposed to do.
Okay, I was just wondering because I can't do the CDCA with it, but that's fine. I was just wondering about that.
Yeah, it's until you get things finished.
Yes, sir. I'll probably have that done this week.
Okay, congratulations. March the 4th, but you don't have to show up if you finish everything.
Sounds like you're done.
All right.
And March 4th. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Carol Wolowski. Got a report from RRS. Looks like you got a job, plus you're working as CNA now. Congratulations. And you paid off your fines today.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I had to know that she was ordered to do community service. On 12/18, she was ordered to have some community service done before the next hearing. She is not showing.
Okay. Well, I think that was for her fines, because I don't think she was actually ordered to do community service. They said, well, do one or the other, pay or do the community service. So she's paid it off now.
Okay.
So we'll accept that. What's her status with her treatment?
She's doing great. She's set to complete shortly.
Okay. All right, I didn't think this was a letter of completion. It's a really good report, but it doesn't look like it's saying she's finished everything she's supposed to do. And you paid off, well, you actually had 2 cases you paid off. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I misspoke. Because you had community service on the other case, you still have to do. I was only looking at one case. So you still have some community service you need to do. Okay, so tell me why you didn't come out for community service.
Well, I'm working 2 jobs and I was trying to just get all my fines paid off and then I was gonna focus on doing the community service.
Okay, so when can you get out here and do something?
I was thinking Wednesday and Friday this week.
This week?
Mhm.
Okay. We'll give you a mulligan and expect to see you Monday and Friday. You probably don't know what a mulligan is. It means a do-over. You get a do-over because you're doing so well on the other stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, but get out here and get it done. And March 4th will be your next review, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Stephen Watts, 23,737. Okay, community service is done now. You made a payment today on your funds. You have to do the 3-day school too, you understand that?
I did it last weekend, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have a report to turn in, or where did
I have, it's at my house, but I have it.
Okay. Where did you do it?
I did it down in Dublin.
Okay, but we need to have a report filed to verify that you did that.
I was thinking that she said she was gonna send y'all a fax, but she would have to look it up.
Right,
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's fine.
So, what's better for you, Mondays or Fridays for your review?
Fridays, probably.
March the 8th. If you get it finished by then, you don't have to come back. So I need the report and finish paying your fines.
Yes, sir.
March the 8th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the reviews. If you think you should have been called for a review and weren't, go check in with the clerk and they'll pour your file. We're going to do the arraignments next. That's the new cases, or if you had an old case where you missed a hearing, got a warrant issued, you'll get called with the arraignments. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statements. But if you do make statements, what you say is all on the record and it can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney appointed to represent you. If you can't afford one, you have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. And if you enter a guilty plea or no contest plea, you're giving up those rights, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't give up your rights and enter a guilty or no contest plea if you don't understand what's happening, if you have questions you want answered, if you want to talk to a lawyer, if you want a trial on your case. Any of those reasons, you should enter a not guilty plea. It's always the safest plea. It preserves your rights. And you can change your plea later if you decide to. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Austin Smith. Case number TRC 23-176 A and B.
I've never seen.
Sir, you're Austin Smoot.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smoot, it's alleged that on January 25th at 4:14 p.m. in Union Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol, and the state's alleging that you submitted to a breath test to test your alcohol level and tested 18, a little bit more than 18 on the test. So there's two numbers on the breath test that are important. The first is the per se level. If you test 8 or higher on the breath test, and the state shows they follow the rules the health department sets for them giving the test, then there's a presumption of impairment due to the fact you test 8 or higher. So they're saying you tested 18. That's obviously higher than 8. The other number that's important is 17. If you test 17 or higher, then that's considered a high test score, and it raises the penalties. So the state's alleging that you tested 18, which is higher than 17. So that increases the penalties. I'm going to check to make sure, tell you the right thing. And the state's also alleging that you had a prior alcohol-related driving conviction in 2021. So each time you get one of these, the penalties, potential penalties go up. So on a second offense with a high test score, the mandatory, well, the maximum penalty, not the mandatory penalty, there's a maximum. The maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,625 fine, 5-year license suspension. The minimum penalty is 20 days in jail, $525 fine, a 1-year license suspension, and 90 days immobilization of the vehicle if it was titled to you. So if it's not titled to you, that doesn't come into effect. Do you understand the possible penalties on that charge?
Yes, sir.
Then you've got one other charge, failure to control the vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. So those are the two charges. Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights defendants have that I explained previously?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions before you enter a plea?
No, sir.
How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I'm getting a lawyer, sir.
Okay. Well, let's look and see what kind of time frames we've got. Are you working, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's better for your work schedule for your next hearing, Mondays or Fridays?
Mondays.
Mondays?
Yes.
Okay, if I set it for February 26th, does that give you enough time to get a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's going to be your next hearing date, February 26th. That is a Monday. February 26th for a pretrial at 10 o'clock. Not guilty plea is entered. And you can sign a $2,000 signature bond. You understand what that means?
No, sir.
When you're guaranteeing your own appearance, so you're signing a piece of paper that says, I promise to come to court as I'm directed to, or I'll have to pay $2,000 for not showing up, and you get a warrant when you don't show up. So as long as you show up, you don't have to post any money.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Please leave your microphone muted. Okay, that's all. February 26th is your next hearing.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Alexander, case number TRC 21-1967, A and B.
And you're Jeremy Alexander.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's alleged that you had a review hearing on January 19th at 9 a.m., failed to appear for it. It was on an OBI conviction.
Yes, sir.
Do you admit or deny you missed your hearing?
But I admit,
Yeah,
I was out of town. But I did quit my job, so I can definitely get it done before March.
Okay, you had, I didn't really want you to quit your job.
Well, it ain't because of that. He wouldn't give me no more money, and I'd already progressed to the point to where I was leading his crew, so I don't see why I should make the same amount as everybody else.
Okay, you've got, the only thing I'm showing you've got left to do is 4 days of community service.
Yes, Your Honor.
So get that done, you'll be finished. I had, a warrant hadn't been issued, well, no,
I think it
has
had.
not been issued, okay. No warrant was issued. So I'll set your next hearing February 26th. If you get it finished by then, you don't have to come back.
Thank you.
You can do community service actually 7 days a week. You do 6 days here, except there will be a President's Day. We won't have community service that day. But Monday, normally, every day, but Sunday you do community service here. You can actually do it Sundays now at the dog pound in
Okay.
Ironton, but you have to call them and make an appointment. You just can't just show up. You have to make arrangements to do it there. You want to do it on Sundays.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Bradford L. Lusher, case number TRC 213173, A, B, C, and D. Bradford L. Lusher.
Bradford Lusher. This was set for a review hearing on January 22nd, a week ago. It's on a OBI. Celeste, you didn't appear then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you admit or deny that?
I admit, we couldn't get off the road we was on, it hadn't been plowed.
Okay, that was one of the bad days, so.
Yes, sir.
And you're here today. And do you pay anything on your fines?
No, sir, I'm behind in everything right now. I hope to get it caught back up within the next month.
Okay, you got community service to do too, so.
Yes, sir.
Get that done. I'll set your next hearing for February 26th. February 26th at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Blackard, case number TRC 171226, A, B, C, and D.
And you're Christopher Blocker.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blocker, this is an old case. It's alleged that you failed to appear for a pretrial back in May of 2017.
Yeah, there was a big misunderstanding. I had a lawyer, and when I came in, I blew a .081, and he said it was within the margin of error for dismissal. So I went back to New York to work, assuming the case had been dismissed. And then I get pulled over the other day and found out it was not dismissed. So here I am trying to get it fixed.
Okay, did you post a bond when you got pulled over, or what happened?
I'm sorry?
Did you have to post a bond when you got pulled over recently?
No.
Where'd you get pulled over?
I got pulled over in Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And they just told me that they told me about this. So here I am trying to take care of it.
Okay, so you're working now?
I just recently lost my job. I'm moving to Ashland, but I'll be changing jobs and starting a new one shortly.
Okay, do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, I guess.
Okay, you don't have any income now?
No, not right now.
What do you usually do?
I've been working as a caregiver, like for the elderly.
Okay.
But the problem was, once I found out I didn't have a license, I couldn't drive to work, so.
I'm going to appoint, Mr. Davenport was your attorney back in 2017. He's not practicing in this court, really. So I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you.
Okay. Like I said, I apologize. I was under the impression it was dismissed and it was just over with.
Yeah, it's not. This is Christopher Blacker. He had an OBI back in 2017 with a test score of 081. He thought the case got dismissed, but it didn't. And he found out recently they had a warrant. So I'll withdraw the warrant since he's appeared today on his own. He can sign a $2,000 OR bond.
Get your sign right there.
And we'll schedule it for a pretrial.
Okay, February, Your Honor, if we'll schedule it on a Friday, it'll be best.
Okay. February 16th?
Yes, Your Honor.
February 16 will be the next hearing.
All right, thanks.
Pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to start pre-trials. There may be more arraignments coming. The paperwork wasn't finished in the cases, but as of now, that's all we've got prepared. So we're going to start on the pre-trial document.
You have a pre-trial, you need 4 minutes.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Hatton, case number CRB 23756, CRC 231823, A, B, and C.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. This is Mr. Scott's case. It's set for pretrial today. Jacob Hatton, Mr. Heald is the defendant pre-trial.
Okay. What's your pleasure, Mr.?
Does your victim show up?
Oh. Is Maya Gordon here? Your Honor, I believe we issued a subpoena for her presence today. I don't know whether that was actually served on her or not.
Well, I see where there was a recipe for a subpoena. But I don't see her any kind of return on a subpoena.
Judge, the state and I has talked on this a couple times. It's our second pre-trial. As of this morning, I don't necessarily believe we're going to be able to reach a resolve. So I'm intending on filing a jury demand and having that set within.
Well, what we would do on the domestic violence charge is nolly it, and if she comes forward, we can refile it.
And we're fine with that, then hashing out the OVI. In the meantime, does anybody oppose limited driving privileges?
It's a first offense, and it was way back in August, so we don't have an opposition to it.
If the court's okay with it, I'll get an entry submitted.
Yes, just have Mr. Heald excuse agreed entry on that. So CRB 23756 is going to be nolly due to non-appearance of the complaining party on that case. On the OVI, which is 231823, then we're just going to go forward with another pretrial. Is that what you like?
Yeah. Looking at dates, Judge, I have February 2nd. Otherwise, I'll be pushing to March due to military service.
Okay, we'll do it the 2nd. February 2nd will be the pretrial. Next pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thanks. Thank you, Judge.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Heather R. Matney, case number CRB 23658.
This is also mine, Judge. We have a resolve on this involving restitution. We have that with us today. I spoke with the clerk. They need an entry ordering restitution to accept payment, but we can get this wrapped up and completed today.
Okay, what's the agreement?
Our agreement was that if she made the restitution in full, which is $150, plus the payment of court costs, we would dismiss the charge.
And that's, we have the $150 on my person right now, and she's able to pay court costs after.
All right, on payment of $150 in restitution and the court costs, the case will be dismissed. See the clerk to get that done.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Garner Stevens, case number TRC 24005, A and B.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Mr. Nash's case set for pre-trial.
Correct, Your Honor. I'm not sure what questions you've got We have received discovery. We anticipate filing a motion to suppress on this.
Okay.
And I know the court may be looking for an available date. I just wanted to let the court know that I am scheduled to be here on Friday, the 23rd. We start a trial that afternoon. If we could put...
Oh, that's at the jury trial, right?
That is correct, Your Honor. I don't know if we can schedule Mr. Stevens.
We could do a pretrial on, we need your motion filed, then we could pretrial the motion if it's filed by then. That's normally we would pretrial the motion before we set it for evidence.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's great.
Okay, I'll put this on the docket for February 23rd at 10 o'clock, and I'm marking pretrial and motion to suppress.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Linda L. Carpenter, case number TRC 23792, A and B.
Mr. Hill, have you heard anything from Mr. Lambert? He has some cases set today.
Have not, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, discovery has been filed and responded to. I need to take a look at the video on this matter. It's not through the Axon system, so I had to get physical copies. So I'm working on that aspect of things and working with Ms. Carpenter on discovery and a couple other issues. So I'd like to ask to come back on this one. We'll waive time constraints to accomplish that, so a date that's convenient to the court would be fine. At least a couple weeks out, but then beyond that, convenient to the court.
Okay.
I have a jury trial set for the 16th of February, and I'm otherwise available throughout February.
How about, will you be here on the 20th? That's a Tuesday, the day after President's Day.
I actually won't be here that day.
Okay, we could also do the 12th.
I'm available the 12th.
Sorry, February 12th?
February 12th, 10 o'clock.
February.
10 o'clock, February 12th.
Thank you.
Well,
I didn't realize that week was a Tuesday week when I said I was available all 4 days.
it is.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Salmons, case number CRB 23751.
It's Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I believe we may have an agreed to disposition on this matter. This is an M1 assault. State and defense have agreed to recommend a sentence of 30 days in jail suspended, $100 fine, court costs, 2 years probation at a level the court deems appropriate, and as part of that probation, an order of no contact with the alleged victim. And on the basis of that recommendation, we're prepared to enter a guilty plea at this time.
Is that correct, Ms. Salmons?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're allowed to make a statement to the court if you wish to before sentencing. I was reminded last week, it has a very fancy name called allocution. You're allowed to make allocution to the court. Do you wish to make allocution?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I will impose what was recommended. It will be a fine of $100, court costs, 30 days in jail, all suspended. And conditions you stay away from the complaining party, Aubrey Lucas. Be a no contact order. And there you have no reason that you have to go around that person. I'll make it
Just here.
a level 5 probation with a review hearing on July 29th.
And don't leave until you talk to you. Okay. What was the date of that review hearing again, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
July 29th, 9 a.m.
And Your Honor, made sure that there was no restitution due, and there is none.
No restitution. She's to check in with Mr. Major out in the lobby, and then after that, she's free to go.
Just go out, talk to the guy, he's actually working in the front desk, so you're not gonna talk to him much today. Okay. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus William Spalding, case number CRB 23512, TRD 23697.
Your Honor, Mr. Spalding contacted me. He is out of town with family this week with some kind of a issue with his brother. I asked for a continuance. I told him I would seek one, so I'm asking for continuance to a date convenient to the court. I think the state takes no position.
He pled to the theft.
He's pled to the theft. I don't believe he's been sentenced on it. I'm not 100% certain of that. And he's working on getting his license back to deal with the TRD.
Okay, February 5th?
Yes, I'm available that day, Your Honor.
February 5th for pretrial defendant's request.
It's actually sentencing, Your Honor.
It's for sentencing, okay. Sentencing. Be pretrial, I guess, on the...
It's pretrial on the
traffic.
DUS, sentencing on the, so either one's fine, I guess.
February 5th, 10 o'clock for both cases.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Austin L. Carmen, case number CRB 22-254, CRB 2897. That's Mr. Thompson's case. He's the one that asked me to call it, but I don't see him in here.
Okay, we'll pass it.
I think he's outside talking to her, Judge.
He's at the clerk's office.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Conrad, case number TRC 231155, A and B.
It's Mr. Stratton's case, set for pretrial.
Yeah, hold on one second. There you go. Wait, December 26th?
No. No, we haven't.
We'll take the plea today, and then set it off for sentencing. Okay.
My note on this, there was either going to be an agreement to plea or set for trial.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll plead guilty today on the OBI and the no OL. He's at RRS, also doing PATH, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes.
23 TRC 1155. Kevin Conrad.
Your Honor, he's doing very well in treatment. I'm actually getting ready to step him down Thursday to transitional living.
Okay, very good. So proceed with sentencing today then? And this would be considered actually a first offense, I believe. First offense, he's got a prior, but it's beyond the look-back period.
We would maybe offer that if the sentencing was delayed and allow him to be successful in completing his treatment, that we would be able to recommend that treatment would stand in lieu of a 3-day driving school. So if they want to do that.
We would like to do that, Your Honor. That's
Okay.
actually what we would.
All right, I'll accept his plea, delay sentencing, suspend the dip school if he's successful. So, I would anticipate maybe come back in approximately a month.
Yeah, that'll work.
The 26th,
Yes, that's right now.
February 26th. sentencing.
All right, February 26th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Conrad.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Tiffany Gonzalez, case number CRV 23718. Tiffany Gonzalez.
Tiffany's on the screen, and also Cecil Gordon is on the same screen with Tiffany, by the way, so.
All right, I'll unmute her, or she can unmute herself, I think.
Yep, there we go. Your Honor, we now have discovery in this case, so all we want to do is set it for another pretrial. She's in Louisville, taking care of a very sick relative, and she will appear at the next hearing.
When do you request that would be?
Any Friday in February, Your Honor, maybe 2 or 3 weeks out.
Ms. Gonzalez, do you have any dates when you're unavailable to appear at the Court of Chesapeake on a Friday in February?
No, any days fine. Where am I sending this now? Can you hear me?
I can, yes, I'm looking for dates.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sean,
Yes.
do you have the video on her case? Yeah.
The 16th, are you available the 16th?
Yes, Your Honor, the 16th is fine.
All right, we're going to set it for pretrial for February 16th.
Okay.
10 o'clock, and that'll
Have you filed discovery?
be an in-person hearing.
And
Okay,
have
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll have to look and see if I have the video. I know I have discovery.
all right. 'Cause I don't have the video on my phone.
State of Ohio versus Cecil R. Gordon, case number CRV 23719.
Your Honor, we just received the video in this matter. We're going to set this for another pretrial. Cecil's on the same video as Tiffany Gonzalez was, so.
All right, let's see, Mr. Gordon, you can unmute your video.
So you do have the video.
Your Honor, if we could set this on the 16th too, that would be, make it easy on both of them.
All right, this case is scheduled for pretrial February 16th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That makes it easier. I got the video.
No, I got the video on this one.
It's the same video.
Yeah, I got the video.
State of Ohio versus William T. Green, case number CRB 23686, CRB 23692, TRC 231715, A, B, and C.
Your Honor, we just got discovery on this. I have not been able to go over it with Mr. Green yet, so we'll just ask this be reset for another pretrial.
Okay, we're pretty good. Any day after the 5th or after, do you have a preference?
Just whatever's convenient for the court. It'll be better if it's Fridays.
The 9th?
The 9th,
February
yes. Here. February 9th. All right, you're good to go, man. Okay.
10 o'clock, February 9th.
State of Ohio versus Kristen M. Preston, case number TRC 171120. Kristen Preston.
Your Honor, the only thing that she's had to complete was community service. And are we done with that?
I had time off, and then we got that big snowstorm, so I'm going to continue to take my time off work until I complete it.
Yeah, that's all she has left.
Yeah. I would have had it done, but that snowstorm came, and it's been a mess.
She's got 5 days to do, so you want another month?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I know I can come here and do it. Am I able to go to Proctorville Police Department and do it there?
I will approve that.
Just, it's a lot closer. for
I'll
me.
not talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, talk to her.
March 1st,
Yes. March 1st.
10 o'clock for pre-trial.
You need to talk to him?
Yeah, yeah.
State of Ohio versus Joseph W. Rice, case number CRB 2426. Joseph Rice.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pre-trial.
I haven't heard from Mr. Rice.
Okay.
He was, Your Honor, I just asked 7 days before a warrant's issued.
Yeah. Warrant will issue in 7 days if he hasn't appeared in that time frame.
State of Ohio versus Brandon M. Regazan, case number TRC 231292, A, B, C, and D.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Okay. Your Honor, I'll plead guilty to the OVI, the speed and marked lanes charges.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Do you have any statement you wish to make to the court
No,
of
sir.
order of sentencing?
Nope.
Is there an agreed recommendation on sentencing here? Or?
Your Honor, this is the first offense, and the breathalyzer score was .115, so it's moderate. We would ask for a suspended jail sentence on the condition that Mr. Rousen does the 3-day driving school, 6-month driver's license suspension, going back to the date that he submitted to the breath test, which is September 1st. Fine and a period of probation, and we take no position on community service or any other sanctions.
I think he said there was an automatic license suspension, I believe. Did we stay it or what?
I don't believe we stated, Your Honor.
Oh, we did?
Well, there was an order, like, at one point, this October, there was a order allowing them to have just driving privileges for work, school, treatment, and work.
Right.
Limited driving privileges. Okay. On the OVI, I'll impose a $500 fine. Where you pay the court costs. Your license suspension is going to be up shortly. I'll give you 6 months and it'll start the day that you had the offense, so it's almost up now.
Yeah, it's almost up. It'll probably have March 1st.
I'll sentence you to 20 days in jail, but I'll suspend all of that on the condition that you do 5 days of community service on the court's community service program and go to the 3-day school. And unfortunately, we don't have one dog for you here in Lawrence County any longer. There's one in Scioto County, but there's others in other counties that I understand are cheaper. So you might consider going to Chillicothe or someplace like that.
Yeah.
As long as it's for a 3-day program approved by the state, we'll accept it. But that is the closest one now is in Scioto County.
All right, they'll give you time to do that.
You'll have a review hearing on July 29th, where you have to come back. If you haven't finished everything, you gotta show up. If you don't show up, you get a warrant. It's just a check to make sure you did what you were ordered to do. If you finish everything by then, confirm with your probation officer, you don't have to come in for the hearing. I'll give you until your suspension expires, which is going to be the end of this month. I'll give you privileges to drive to work, community service, the DIP school. Same things that you had previously on your work permit.
All right. And he could just use that, do what he
You
has.
do that until the suspension's up, and then what you have to do, is you need to check with the B&B. Your license just doesn't automatically go back to being reinstated. You got to call them, check in with them, or you can actually go to one of the local B&Bs now, and you're going to have a reinstatement fee for sure. You got to pay that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got other issues that you'll need to take care of, but the B&Bs, who you get a license from, you don't get a license from me. I suspended it, but once that's over, you got to deal with them to get your license back. And just don't ignore it. It's not going to go away and come back to you automatically. So I'd start working on it now if it was me. I'd start figuring out what I got to do to get that reinstated.
All right.
Okay, on the speed offense, I'll impose a $50 fine. You will need to check in with Mr. Major, the probation officer, and after that, you're free to go. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. All right.
That's all.
So it's 6 months. I think helped. All right.
What was it?
Mark Lanes.
Want to dismiss, yeah, Mark Lane's violation too.
We
just
would
dismiss.
dismiss.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Austin L. Carmen, case number CRB 22254, CRB 20897.
Okay.
It's Mr. Thompson's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, a while back, we were before the court and we had reached an agreement to present to the court as far as a disposition if Mr. Carmen would plead guilty. At that time, I think the court recognized that he had a lot of old fines and other things that he needed to complete before Your Honor would entertain the agreement on the current charge. And I believe he may have done those things.
He has taken care of the old case, which was 20897.
So our recommendation, if he were to plead guilty in this case, is a 10-day suspended jail sentence. And we didn't make any agreements, I don't think, on any other sanctions, but we're most interested in just that suspended jail sentence.
This, was an assault case. Is there any restitution?
No restitution.
I really know nothing about it. When I read the affidavit, it doesn't tell me anything. It just tracks what the language of the statute is. It doesn't tell me any specific things about what's alleged to happen.
There's a statement here by Officer Hawthorne from South Point, and this is alleged to have happened on April 5th, 2022. It says, on this date and time, I was dispatched to 103 Clyde Street for an assault. When I arrived, I was met by Malik Locke, who stated that Austin Carmen and a female he knows as Peyton, Austin's girlfriend, stopped by and took him to the gas station, and they came back to talk. Malik stated that Austin went to his mother's house across the street to get some clothes, so he was talking to Peyton. When Austin came back across the street, and Austin started hitting him about the face with closed fists and tried to kick him in the head. While this was going on, Malik had dropped his cell phone on the ground. Austin then kicked Malik in the right shin area, causing it to bleed. Malik was able to get away from Austin. He saw Peyton with two cell phones. Both Austin and Peyton got into their vehicle and drove off. That is when Malik found his phone missing. The phone was later found with the iPhone Find My Phone app in the driveway of another residence. It was given back to Malik.
Okay. Anything, Mr. Thompson, you or Mr. Harmon wish to say?
No. I mean, other than the 10 days in jail, we would, whatever the court thinks is reasonable.
All right, I'm going to impose a $150 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail suspended. Is there any kind of order request to stay away from? Or?
Well, yeah, we would do that. And so that the court's aware, this was discussed between myself personally and Mr. Locke several months ago about what we would recommend.
All right, order to stay away from Malik Locke. That's felony. There's no reason he has to go around. M-A-L-I-K L-O-C-K-E. Level 5 probation for 2 years. We'll review here in July 29th at 9 a.m. See Mr. Major before he leaves.
State of Ohio versus Jennifer Cooper, case number CRB 23506, CRC 231127, A, B, and C, CRA 23507.
Mr. Thompson's case set for preliminary hearing and sentencing. Good report.
She's done extremely well, Your Honor.
How's the state going to proceed?
Well, it appears as if she's made significant progress, but maybe still has some things that she needs to accomplish. So I suppose that we would ask to continue the sentencing to a later date, see how she completes.
Mr. Thompson?
No, we're good with that.
March 4th? That's a Monday.
Thank you.
March 4th will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Crystal Gonzon, case number CRB 23604 and PRD 193957 A and B. Crystal Gonzon.
Mr. Johnson was ordered to be here today with a report.
Judge, I have not heard from her.
I think she has an ankle monitor on, doesn't she?
Yes, sir. I believe earlier, about a week ago, maybe, Officer Major contacted me and said that the battery was running low, but then she did get it charged up, and that's the last I know of it, Judge.
All right, we'll go ahead and do a warrant for her, and we'll turn it over to adult probation since they have a monitor on her to try to track her down.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Darrell L. Runyon, case number CRB 23529.
Judge, could I address you on the previous case? I see a note here from your staff that she called. Crystal has a job interview today, and she wanted to attend that job interview, and she was going to try to make it here to court.
Who's it?
Crystal Gonzon, I'm sorry.
Crystal Gonzon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, no. She was told last week she needed to be here with the report, so she doesn't get to decide when she shows up and when she doesn't.
I think she felt that was more important than appearing before you this
I
morning.
think she, well, I'm cynical, but I think she doesn't want to show up because she probably doesn't have a report, so she continues to report. So we'll continue with the warrant. You can let her know she needs to get in here if she doesn't want to get arrested.
Will do. She left the phone number, so I'll call her as soon as we finish.
Now, Mr. Runyon came in and was fairly convincing that his mother just passed away this morning. So I went ahead and continued his case to next Monday, 5th. Are you available then?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
They were waiting on the corner, I think, to come to the house.
That's my understanding, yes, Judge.
All right, so I'll continue his case for a week, February 5th, for another pretrial.
State of Ohio versus Randy Thompson, case number TRC 231301 A and B. Randy Thompson.
Judge, he's not here. He is still in the hospital.
I've got this one. Looks like the same thing. No, this has got something else. Patient 12324. Patient still inpatient at St. Mary's.
Yes, sir. And then he's going to go to rehab. Judge, I have an email from Melvin Travis at St. Mary's that indicates when Mr. Thompson is medically stable to discharge, he will go to the nursing facility for rehab. I also have a excuse from work, but it's really tough to read.
May we approach on this, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, based on the bench conference, the results came back on Mr. Thompson were clear, so the state's willing to just go ahead and dismiss this, and it looks like he's going to be in hospital for a long time. So the case is dismissed.
State of Ohio, Travis L. Black, case number CRB 23743.
Judge, I have a entry of plea of not guilty by reason of insanity and suggestion of incompetency to file this morning. Mr. Black, as I understand it, was released from jail and was at his girlfriend's, the last we heard at the end of last week. Oh, strike that. I didn't hear you.
You want to have a chance to talk with him before we go forward then on this?
Probably be a good idea if you recall, please.
Recall it later in the document.
Yes, sir.
Dismiss all.
State of Ohio versus James Eastman, case number TRC 231864, A, B, and C.
Mr. Black is not to leave the courthouse. All right, Mr. Eastman, have you hired a lawyer?
I have spoke with Mr. Murray. I have 2 phone calls in with 2 other lawyers that he suggested to me. I have not heard back from them yet. And it took him 2 weeks to get back with me due to the holiday stuff.
Okay, so you're asking for a continuance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll set your next, and you think you can do something in the next week?
I'm going to see what I can push. I got another attorney I'm going to call. I've been getting mail order attorneys too. I may give one of them a call. I don't know how good that is, but.
And you live? I mean,
In London, Ohio.
London, okay, you're not local, but there's lots of lawyers here today. You can talk to one of them if you wish, that practice in this court on a regular basis. What's better for you, Mondays or Fridays? It doesn't matter.
Either way.
Let's give you a little more time. I was gonna set it next Monday. Let's set it for a week from Friday. So that's February the 9th,
Okay.
for another pretrial at 10 o'clock. Okay, that's all.
All right, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kendall Bryant, case number CRB 23-519. Now, this is Mr. Lambert's case as far as I know. We haven't seen it.
All right, this is Mr. Lambert's case. Have you talked with Mr. Lambert? or-
Yes, he told me just to appear, it was already resolved.
He said what?
He told me just to appear today here, he talked to him and resolved it.
To see what the result was?
No, they already talked, it had been resolved.
Do you know anything about that, Mr.?
Boy, it's been a long time. Let me think here. Okay.
Okay, there is an entry that was set, entered December 7th that says if there were no further problems between the defendant and the alleged victims and the defendant pays the cost, the state of Ohio will dismiss the case.
And that's right. That's right. And I do have notes here, and I actually spoke with the alleged victim in this, and that was our plan to do, so that we have no indication of further problems.
Can you pay the cost today, sir?
I wasn't aware of that, how much is it?
It'd be $110.
I don't have it on me. I'd have to wait till I got paid. I didn't know, he just told me it was resolved. Because they filed the same charge on me in another court. And I've been through that for...
Okay, well, I'll have to continue it then, because,
It's easier if we just dispose of it without the payment of costs.
all right, based on the state's motion, we'll do a new entry saying case is dismissed without cost, so you're free to go.
Thank you.
Okay, starting preliminary hearings.
State of Ohio versus Paul Cron, case number CRA 23-644 A and B, CRB 23-643, CRA 22-819.
Judge, this is one we stuck out to let Mr. Crum go to treatment. He's done that. Ms. Lambert has a report for you. He successfully completed. He met with QRT this morning. He is eligible and is willing to do that program. So I believe the plan of attack is to dismiss, Nolly, I should say, send to QRT and see what happens there.
Yeah, we had a little bit of confusion based on the fact that the certificate that they've just given me one just says he's participating, but apparently there's something else to confirm that he completed.
Leslie confirmed with me that he did complete.
We emailed his discharge summary and his completion certificate to John. So hopefully that's in there.
So that being the case, we don't have a problem with going ahead and nolling this today, and if he takes part in QRT, that'll be some extra assurance that things are going to continue on the right way for him.
All right, so we're going to dismiss 23-643 and 44, dismiss to QRT. Is that what yours?
Yes.
Okay. Now, he has an old case they already pled on that, that's 22-819. It's a littering case, and he owns those fines and costs on that, so we'll set it for review.
I don't know anything about that one, Judge. I think that was a different attorney that had him on that.
Yeah, Mr. Stratton represented him on that case.
Were you tracking that? Were you aware of that? Okay.
Now, he had, when this new case came up, he had a warrant on that case for failure to appear because he hadn't appeared at his review hearing. So he'll have to keep coming to court. He's not finished with his work, but he still has fines and costs on that old case. So I'll set a review hearing for you for March 4th will be your next review hearing here, and it'll be at 9 o'clock. So if you don't show up, you're going to get a warrant on that case. So that's gotta be taken care of. I'm showing that as of now, you owe $431 on that case. But the other matter involving the possession and drug paraphernalia is dismissed at QRT. Of course, they could bring it back or take it to the grand jury if you're not compliant with them. Okay?
There you go.
Next hearing here is March 4th, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Right.
State of Ohio versus Joseph E. Edens, case number TRC 23-910, TRC 21-1980. This is Mr. Kyle Smith's
case.
Your Honor, everybody, Mr. Edens has done like 15 to 17 days of community service since his last hearing.
Oh, great.
I believe his old case, he still has fines on it. All of his community service is done, he has been working for his fines. He's done a lot of community service.
Very good.
Average.
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
I mean, it's compliant.
Mark, community service? You been doing community service?
I am doing it lately. April rules.
Okay, it's a good report.
Sounds like you've done a lot of community service.
More or less recommended.
Shit, it's your new job, okay.
Well, everybody needs a purpose, so we'll need to update his file on that. That's not within the old file, 21-1918. How do you want to proceed? He still has this pending case, 23-910. Which would be at least a second offense, it looks like.
I think it's actually a third. We want him to continue on the path that he's on. He's made some substantial,
Well, I'm working on it.
yeah, and I don't know whether he has his bicycle privileges back or not, but
Well, we got stolen again.
we don't want him to get in that situation again.
I'm bicycles.
Did you lose it?
It was stolen.
Oh, criminy.
Hopefully not here at the court, was it? Because I've seen you ride it here to the court.
Yeah.
Where did it get stolen?
Orange.
It seems like RRG could find somebody to do it. I'm just saying.
And a chain.
Well, there's a lot of bikes in Huntington. So, a lot of people riding bicycles in Huntington, so I would think there's one floating around somewhere he could.
It's got a back rack on it and everything else.
We'd like to see him continue, and the potential penalty is pretty severe, and we feel like there's more work he can do, and hopefully he's feeling the benefit from this.
You're living with your sister now, right? Okay. Does she live over here or in Huntington or?
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake, okay. Is it going okay?
Pardon?
Is it going okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything you want me to enforce him to do?
I want him to get better and do better. And he's doing better this time than he's done all the other times.
Okay.
So I have seen an improvement.
I've got my head out of my
So
rack.
now we're gonna work on the fine part.
Well, they tell me he's not drinking anymore, is that right?
So far, we've
Okay.
we've been good.
Okay, all right. Well, and I think that's what, I have a little knowledge of his history, and I think that's the best thing.
I know, but I told him this is his last and final. I mean,
Okay.
I'm doing everything I can do on my behalf, but he has to work with me to do this, and if he does again, I can't go back through it again.
I'm going down the road.
Okay.
Your sister's.
Well, so far he's doing good. Let's keep
Yeah.
positive attitude.
Yeah, if I get in trouble, she's gonna kick me down the road, kicking pop cans.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. So,
So I'm trying to straighten up. All right.
That's good.
all right, how about March 4th? Are you available?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 4th.
I can't dance, I can't sing.
9 a.m.
10.
Can I
Yes, ma'am?
approach you for just a minute? And ask you, can I approach you for a minute and tell you something? Or is that,
You can, if you want, tell me, I'll the judge.
well, he's coming to, and he has the only, and in a couple of weeks, I'm not sure we're getting places in there, that has the conflict. And I don't know if they need that to further on because
Okay. Sounds like he's got early onset dementia, and he's seeing a doctor, so it could affect his memory of some things. So she just wanted the court, the state to know that.
That's what,
Sorry
16
to hear
years
that. We'll
old.
factor that into things as we go forward. So I think it's even more important you stay away from alcohol. I don't think alcohol is good for the brain anyway, so.
That's true.
All right, March the 4th, your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
thank you.
State of Ohio versus Keith B. Cremines. Case number CRA 23430, CRB 23431.
Mr. Steyer's case.
We have here, Your Honor, a very positive treatment report, a certificate of participation that says successfully participated in all requirements, and a discharge summary for Mr. Cremines from the Shawnee programming, inpatient programming, and he is, where did you say he's going to OVP?
He has an appointment with OVP tomorrow for outpatient. We're completing him today.
And so he's going to tomorrow transition to OVP for outpatient.
Where which ODP?
The 20th Street and 6th Avenue.
Okay, so you're going back, are you living in Huntington?
I'm moving to Wayne, West Virginia.
Okay.
And I'd like to ask, Your Honor, that these treatment materials be placed under seal in the file.
All right.
I'm not sure what the state's position at this point or the court's position at this point is. This case has been going on for a little while. Where is it here? Got my files out of order. They were in alphabetical when I started today. This has been going on for a bit of time. I don't know if we're at a place where the state and the court are satisfied with treatment, or if we want to continue this on. Either way, the defense is agreeable. It would waive time constraints, continue it on if necessary.
Mr. Hill.
Well, it's all good news. He's done real well. And if he's going to be transitioning to an outpatient situation, it's probably not a bad idea to keep and watch over it just for a while to make sure that, that transition can be a problem time. So we want to make sure everything's going to be okay.
So, are you gonna be OW, WOW, where are you gonna be?
I'm gonna go work, I'm gonna go to outpatient, I'm gonna continue my program and continue going
Must
on.
not be from Wayne originally.
No, I live in Chesapeake originally.
Okay. I was out Wayne or way out Wayne?
Right down in Middletown, Wayne.
I think that's just outweighed.
Okay.
My sister lives out there. I'm moving in with her so I can stay away from drugs and stay away from everything and be away from the area.
She's gonna train, because you're gonna have a little bit of a hike to get into OVP.
I've been to OVP before. They went ahead and accepted me back into the program.
Well, he's talking about transportation.
Transportation.
My sister has a car.
She's gonna transport you?
Yes.
Okay.
I also still have my license, so.
Well, let's go 6 weeks out. Mr. Sire, roughly.
6 weeks, I'm gonna say puts us kind of mid-March. Will Mondays or Fridays be better for you coming from Wayne, do you know?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm already here the 8th and the 15th. I'm available the 4th.
Make it the I.
18th I'm available.
March 15th.
That would work.
All right, Mr. Greens, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job so far.
Thank you.
Keep working at it.
Yes, sir.
Good work.
Thank you.
Accomplished a lot there.
State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry. Case numbers CRB 22-351, CRB 2361, CRB 23-291, CRA 23-464, CRB 23-463.
Mr. Curry ran about a month ago.
All right. Be a warrant, and he didn't have an echelon on, did he?
No, we took it off like the week before.
Okay. All right, there'll be a bench warrant for failure to view.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Travis L. Black, case number CRB 23-743.
Mr. Morford's case.
Judge, we've had an opportunity to talk. He has an appointment with Court Clinic on January 31st. However, he's going to have that changed because his ride, Karen, can't get off on that Monday, or she needs it on Monday, rather. So we're going to try to arrange that.
You're going to take care of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when do you want to come back?
Want to give us 2 weeks, Judge? That way we could hopefully get in Monday following the 31st.
All right, February 12th will be the next hearing at 10 o'clock.
Sir, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
So was there a plea entered today of?
It's been filed already.
Okay.
I can give you a copy of it, Bill.
State of Ohio versus Joseph A. Graham on recall, case number CRB 2375.
Joseph Grant.
He's not here.
Okay. You were going to try to see if you got any information on him? Because it looks like he's compliant with treatment.
Yeah, he has been attending his appointment, so I'm not real sure why he's not here. I asked them to reach out to him, so.
All right. I'll give him, because he missed the last hearing too.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'll give him 7 days before warrant issues.
And once I get back, I can see his number and everything, and I'll try to reach him myself.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do hearings at the jail by teleconference now.
State of Ohio versus Michael M. Davis at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2441, CRB 2442, CRB 2428, CRB 23776. Brandon McClaskey is on that.
All right, then, sir, are you Michael Davis?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper, Mr. Davis, at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, and this is your arraignment hearing.
Yes, sir.
You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, what you say is on the record and can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney, to have one appointed for you if you can't afford one, to have a bail, and to make the state prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir.
We've got two sets of charges here. 2428 was faxed to the jail this morning. That's the case number, 2428. It's a domestic violence charge. It alleges that on January the 4th of 2024, in Union Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Brandy Trailer. And that Brandy is either a member of your family or lives in your household. So that's a domestic violence charge filed against you. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Then case number 23776 is also a domestic violence charge from December. This alleges that December 15th of 2023 in Fayette Township, you caused or tried to cause Brandy Trailer, physical harm, and that she's a member of your family or household. Maximum penalty, again, is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Again, do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Then I've got some other charges here. 2441 and 2442. 2441 alleges that on January 27th, 2024, in Fayette Township, you knowingly created a substantial risk of serious physical harm to Brandy Trailer by means of strangulation or suffocation. And that is a felony of the 4th degree. Maximum penalty is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. 2442 is another domestic violence. So last January 27th, 2024, in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Brandy Trailer, a family or household member. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand that charge?
I'm not sure. I think I've only got 3 right here in my hands.
Yeah, you got 3 domestic violences and a strangulation charge.
I think I've only got 2 domestics in my hand and 1 strangulation.
Okay, well, there's 1 filed in December and 2 filed in January. 1 was January 4th and 1 was January 27th. So, do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Oh, no. I was going to say something if I could.
Well, let me just caution you before you do. What I said at the very beginning. Anything that you say is on the record, and it can be used against you. And this is not the trial, so the smarter thing to do, because I'm about to talk about appointing you a lawyer, is to wait and talk to the lawyer about what you're going to tell me, and then if they think it's really important that it be put on the record, they can, because whatever you tell the lawyer is confidential, and you have attorney-client privilege. It can't be used against you. But if you happen to blurt something out here that's really damaging on the record, it can be used against you, even though you don't have a lawyer today. Yeah, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I think the smart thing would be to wait, talk to the lawyer, and then let the lawyer help you decide if it's something you need to put on the record. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have a job?
yes.
Do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work for CNH, or, Wagner's Tree Experts.
Is that like landscaping or cutting trees, or
Cutting trees.
are you paid by the hour for that?
Pretty much.
Or by the job?
I just get paid like pretty much by the hour, by the day.
How often do you work?
I'm just working part-time right now.
Do you have any money saved?
No, sir.
Mr. Steyer, I'm going to appoint you to represent Mr. Davis. So your attorney is here in the courtroom, and he's heard everything that's been said in your arraignment so far, so I'm going to appoint him. He'll call down and talk to you today. Do you want to do that before we talk about bond?
It might be worth talking about bond and then be having that information when I speak to him.
What's the state's position going to be on bond?
The state would recommend a $25,000 cash and surety bond.
I'd like to talk about whether that's something he can possibly post or if there's something he can post.
All right, Mr. Davis and Mr. Steyer is going to call down, talk to you off the record. Everything you say here is on the record. He's going to talk to you off the record, and then we'll come back on the record after he's talked to you.
I'd ask that the jailers hold him out if possible.
Okay, so you'll be recalled later in the court's docket, sir.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Brandon McClaskey, case number CRB 22565.
This is Mr. Stratton's case, and it's pretrial on review.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. McClaskey has a prelim scheduled in Ironton Municipal Court on the 1st, this Thursday. So won't be able to really do anything here. I understand the court was wanting to release him, but we wanted to figure out what Ironton was going to do first. So if we could set it maybe next week for another pretrial.
Will you be here Friday?
This Friday?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So he should be cleared up.
Oh, we could do it Friday, yeah. Which is what?
The second.
Yes.
All right, I'll set his next hearing for February 2nd.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Pretrial on review again.
State of Ohio versus Brittany N. Caldwell, case number CRB 131057, CRB 131153, A and B, set for sentencing in Mr. Morford's case.
All right, need Mr. Morford.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay. Says you're compliant and still working on stuff.
Yes. We are going to evaluate today, discuss maybe moving her to sober living. We still think that she needs supportive people behind her and making her choices.
Okay. We got anybody out there that can help? How about, would Thrive be a good possibility for her? She's going to transition to outpatient?
It'll be outpatient, but it'll be sober living, but absolutely.
Okay. Juanita's here. Want you to talk, and this is a peer recovery coach program where somebody you can just call, talk to,
okay,
and help you through the situation. Doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, thank you.
And come back in another month. Okay, let's make it March 4th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRA 23165.
Cyrus case, he's right on the phone with the prisoner.
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to take a recess. We've got a couple of recalls, but Mr. Morford's case and Mr. Cyrus are talking to people at the jail.
The invoice on there, I hope that was reviewed.
Mr. Walker, I think he thinks he's done.
All right.
He kept that folder, I didn't have it.
Who's he?
They said,
In my Amazon.
they said around the date already.
Yes, Your Honor, that's one of the ones I've taken off this docket.
Okay.
And she doesn't even contact me if she can hear me.
All right, Emily Amacon, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you need to contact Mr. Major.
Just call in to follow the prompts to the probation department.
You have the phone number? Call 867-3127 and talk to probation. Ask, when you get to the number for probation, push that in.
Okay, so I'm on probation?
Yeah, you are on probation. That's why you have a review.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so what was the number?
8740. You got something?
Okay.
740-867-3127. Bring through your probation. It'll prompt you for probation.
All right.
Mr. Major, do you have something with Joe Rice?
I do not.
All right, thank you. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, court's in recess till we get the attorneys and the two defendants back.
When I came into the building today, what's my name on that little check? What's your name? Joe Rice.
There's Joe Rice right there. Ron. Joe Rice.
Just call that girl and say you didn't show up. I'll get that back.
Mr. Stratton still here?
No.
Attorney's not even here now.
That was a domestic. We already did it. And they did a bench. And his attorney was, yes, they're just not to reset it. I had to go out and do a protection order. Did they recall Travis Black? That's that file you had me go when I was going to do that protection order. You had me go get it. If it's not, then they probably do it.
Yeah, she got him once and then again, but I just asked him.
But then he didn't know he was here, but then we got the file. Did he still do it? Oh, okay.
Because I sent him outside, he doesn't leave.
What do my kids say that to? So, he pled not guilty by reason of insanity. Because he was going to get evaluated.
Yeah, it's insanity, all right, you're right. He's right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he needs help, that's all that we're wanting him to get, is help.
I mean,
Well, like you said, if he don't want help, he's not gonna, and he'll do anything to get out of it. What you'll expect, so he's gonna be.
But we talked about too, about failing and enabling too, so he kind of knows how to work with it.
Yeah, see, I didn't know, I just stopped by, I didn't know he was supposed to be at court tonight. So I just so happened to just stop in and see, you know.
Well, there was a bench warrant issued for him when he left, well, you heard that, and then he came in and then they reset it for today. They gave him today's date. And you just never know if they show up on the day they're supposed to again.
So
he's got a new date to come back, and in the meantime, he's supposed to go to Cincinnati to be evaluated.
Okay.
And they'll determine whether, if he's found to be not guess the reason I'm saying it, they'll be under the supervision of the fire department, mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or will they monitor his, work activity?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because he could, what I'm trying to get at is, he could do it, and if he has long enough time to where it's out of his system, he'll do it.
Right, well, right now, I mean, he's not in custody anymore, so.
Right.
Unfortunately, he'll do what he's gonna do
Yeah.
right now.
Well, as far as I know, he still is under the, he cannot go to his father's house till June, after June, because of the, physical type of what he was doing that I gave to y'all. So it's not just breaking things or punching holes in the walls and threatening.
I'll call the victim and let him know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll call Larry right now.
Oh, yeah, well, he probably won't answer. I tried calling him earlier because he sleeps during the day. And,
Yeah.
But
I'll try and call him.
He might answer.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll try and call
him up. But it's just not that. He's going to physical. And then I know, I've read all the symptoms that he has. Because he is schizophrenic. It's like they call it aggressive schizophrenia and some other things. Now see, he started talking to me the way he did his mother and his father and everybody that will allow him to do that. And I said, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not going to let you stand there and talk to me like that. And then when it was fine, he wouldn't say nothing, even if he'd seen me. But his parents won't do nothing. So I'm the one that is trying to get him help because he does need help. And one time he was telling me, like, before all this started happening, he's like, oh, I just say things just to see what they'll say, what the reaction is. Just wanted to me when I had to call the police on him that day or that evening.
Excuse me.
I got your,
like
around 10:25 or earlier.
out of control.
Yeah, see, your case is
And I told the police, I said, oh, well, here's the cat, I'm gonna try to pet her and then give her some food, because I knew that
Your case was called
And
earlier.
I said, I told the
I wasn't
police,
here, sir, I promise.
he will
Did you
act
come up? When we called
I've
you?
never been to this court before, I've never had trouble before.
Well, we called your name out.
He
This
just
would have been broadcast
taking
out.
I didn't hear it, I swear, I
That's
promise.
exactly what he done.
And now your attorney's gone, so he'll have to set you another day. I'm gonna call you again and see if you can come up. So he's probably going.
But he does need help. Now, the drugs that he was on before, that they was giving to him, he even told his family, he said, well, I was in there, and then his grandmother signed him out.
I called your name.
Because he was acting better, but he wasn't taking
Sounds to me like he
pills.
knows how to.
Oh, he knows, he definitely knows.
We're going to do the best we
So,
can with him.
but yeah, I just want him to get help, because if he don't get help, he's gonna end up hurting someone, or worse, someone's gonna hurt him, because there's been plenty of people,
And I was sitting right there.
Speakers go out there. You probably heard them out there calling other cases, didn't you? So, somebody missed the name. But, hey. You live around here?
Yes, sir. I'm from Ohio, living in Pedro.
In Pedro? Well, yeah, that's around here.
Yeah.
I'll be Rockville, Pedro, what about Pedro? Yeah. But, hey, no big deal, it worked out. Yeah.
I really didn't hear, I swear. I got here on time.
Yeah, they'll work it out.
I was the guy that you told me to take the hat off.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
So I was here when I got, you know.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Okay. You having fun yet?
He's the only problem we have around here, we can't hardly get rid of it.
Do I have time to use the restroom?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, thank you.
Star had to talk to somebody out of jail. And then this guy here, he said he was here when we called the cases, but he didn't come up. And so now we found out he's here, and Stratton's his attorney, he's already gone, so the judge will just have to reset it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let the judge know.
Yeah.
That's your bid.
I told him.
Oh, you told him?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't know you were here, I just stuck my head in there to give it to you, but you weren't there.
Have a good day.
You too.
See you, Luke.
See you later.
Okay.
You're,
I am Joe Rice.
okay.
I've been here the whole time, like before 2:30, I didn't hear my name called out.
Do they know you're here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really worried about it now. Oh, boy. I've never been in this court before.
Well, you're here, you're ahead of a lot of people, even if you weren't quite on time, so you should be.
Well, I did get here on time, but I guess.
We said 10:30, so
Yeah.
I thought you guys would, usually most stuff set at 10 or 9.
Are you Michael Tilley?
No, and I don't think Mr. Tilley's here.
Okay.
Lawrence County Municipal Court is now back in session. State of Ohio versus Joseph W. Rice. Here is the court on recall, case number CRB 2426.
All right, Mr. Rice, you say you've been here today? Because the
Yes,
case
sir.
was called earlier.
Yes, I know, sir. I'm sorry. I've never been in this court before. I've never been in any legal trouble before. And I've never...
I believe Mr. Stratton's your lawyer, he's already gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this, and I believe he's here for next Monday. Joseph Rice, case number 2426. Canceled warrant.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
I heard Mr. Stratton talking earlier. He has a jury trial in Sauter County Monday, so I don't believe he's probably going to be here.
Okay.
Let me look and see where he's going to be on another case.
Okay.
I could be mistaken, but my understanding is that that's on Monday.
March the 9th is going to be here.
Next
Is that
year.
sooner than that?
Oh, yeah, what's that
Who you look for, Stratton?
saying? Yeah.
He's not here.
February 16th.
Okay, that'll continue this to February the 16th.
Okay.
Write that down in the form there in the little basket.
What time?
10 o'clock. And he was here, I mean, walking around. Next time you see him, just go up and say, hey, I'm your client. I'm here. So I'm going to let him know that your case is continued until then. (2/16) at 10 a.m. for pretrial. Okay. You have his phone number?
No, sir.
You got a card?
Yes, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Michael M. Davis at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRA 2441, CRB 2442, CRB 2428, CRB 23776.
This is Mr. Steyer's case. All right, when you see Mr. Davis about to appear by teleconference. All right, Mr. Davis can you hear me, Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're back on the record. Your attorney is in the courtroom, Mr. Steyer. You've had a chance to talk, so we know the state is requesting a $25,000 cash or surety bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Davis cannot meet that. I've discussed it with him. He wanted to ask for an OR bond. It's my belief, based on what's charged here, that the state's probably not going to be agreeable to that. However, he does believe that he or a family member could meet a $2,500 cash or surety bond. I know that's significantly lower, but he would have to post that through a bondsman. If he was able to post that cash, he could post the $25,000. So I think if he proposed that through Mr. Sowards, we could be assured of his appearance. I don't think, although there are summonses here, I don't think they were ever issued to try to bring him in on this, and the address on the paperwork is incorrect. So he advises that he has a history of making his court appearances. I don't have any reason to think otherwise. And again, I think with any cash or surety bond, if it was posted through Mr. Sowards, I believe we could count on his appearance, because Mr. Sowards is a bit of a bulldog and will latch on and bring anybody back.
Does he have a place where he could stay other than with Randy Trailer?
Do you have a place to stay other than this trailer?
Yes, sir.
Where is that?
Probably stay with my grandma or...
Where does she live?
Ireton.
And this, I think, allegedly happened in Chesapeake, so I think that...
What's your grandmother's name?
Debbie Davis.
Where does she live?
She lives out Porter Gap off 93.
And we recognize that any bond would come with an order to stay away, at least until we're back into the court for the next time. And we're agreeable to that.
Let me read the affidavit.
I would rather get an OR bond for...
I doubt it.
Do you have anything you want to add, Mr. Hill?
Just that we have a series of incidents all alleged with the same victim over a short period of time. And we feel that the potential for further violence is pretty substantial. One of the incidents is from December 15th, and we have January 4th and January 27th, all with the same individual. Now, why he wasn't arrested previously, I don't have any information about that now, but we have grave concerns about this woman's safety.
I understand that. I've read the affidavit though, so after reading that, it appears that she didn't even want to file charges. So I'm going to allow the $2,500 cash for surety bond. On this condition, Mr. Davis, you have to understand, you are not to go around the Brandy trailer at all while you're out on bond. You don't go around her, you don't contact her, you don't phone her, you don't post things about her. And if you violate any of those things, then I'm going to revoke your bond and place you back in custody.
We're also going to ask for a temporary protection order.
So I'm issuing an order actually to that effect. So it'll be what's called a temporary protection order where you're required to do those things I just mentioned. So, you know, this is going to play out over a few weeks. And during that time frame, if you want to keep your liberty where you're free to move around, you have to abide by this. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
I mean, even if she calls you up, and she might do it, I've had this happen before, she calls you up and says, I want you to come over. I don't want this to go forward. You have to say, the judge told me to stay away from you and I have to do this while this case is pending. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And you'll do it. You'll do what I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to be sent down a protection order for you to sign. Your attorney's going to get a copy, and we need to probably come back pretty quick on this.
I'm here Friday, and I'm here Monday.
What's the state's, can you get Brandy trailer in here? Or?
Well, we're going to try.
Friday's pretty bad. I'd rather do it next Monday.
I'm here Monday, Your Honor.
Okay, so your next hearing, Mr. Davis, is February the 5th. That's 1 week from today. And it's going to be in the court where I'm talking to you from in Chesapeake. Do you know where that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to be here in person.
And I will contact Gary Sowers, he's a local bondsman, and let him know you'd like to speak to him.
There is no way to get an OR bond?
I think that's been made pretty clear. You cannot get an OR bond.
Okay.
Okay, next hearing, February the 5th, 10 o'clock for pretrials and preliminary hearing, February 5th. With protection.
I can get out for $250.
Roughly, that's the specifics of how much is gonna be between you and Mr. Sowers. I think it'd probably be closer to 300, but in that neighborhood. I will contact him and get him in touch with you though. He'll contact you. He's eager to get cases.
Okay, any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, we'll see you in a week.
Thank you.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, well, we got one file there.
Your Honor, I don't, it was handwritten on the docket, but I already had it on my calendar, Michael Tilley.
Yes, State of Ohio versus Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRA 23165.
And I have no information as to Mr. Tilley's whereabouts.
There is
There's a report.
Okay. Well, it's a good report from New Life Recovery. but then this was before, back in December, there was an issue with his causing problems with treatment. Is he compliant with QRT or?
He was discharged from QRT.
Okay.
I think I sent that discharge in an email.
Was that recent discharge or?
It's been a month or two.
Okay, that must have been because.
I remember calling you. Remember, he's the one I told you got.
Disrespectful, right?
He was very aggressive, physically aggressive in my office, and I kicked him out. I made him leave.
Now, the report I've got from New Life Recovery is all peaches and cream. It says he's working at Taco Bell in Jackson, and his screens are good, and we are happy with his progress, but he's not here today.
Yeah, he went through a whole thing. He lied about where he was living, said he was living with his grandmother.
Okay, now more of it's coming back.
Yeah.
To me. And this was, what's the guy? The guy was here from New Life Recovery. What's his name?
Eric Holmes?
Yeah.
I can call him.
Yeah, why don't you?
He gave Mr. Major that report and said he had to leave early today.
With no explanation why his guy wasn't here. Okay, well, he's got 7 days before warrant issues.
I'll call Eric and let him know.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So that's it. Court's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.